Let me tell you, I love this quick capture thing. You have no idea how much better this is than having to hold up a camera and talk to it. I mean, I don't really mind it. It's just it gets annoying, and you have to worry about how far away it is, and you know, the steadiness of your hand and all that other stuff. And with this, all I gotta do is just set it on my set it on the top, set it level, point it at an angle, you know, and that's it. I don't have to worry about anything else. It's really, really nice. I really wish I'd been able to do this earlier, but I don't know, at the same time it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. I mean, it's not like I got millions of subscribers. I have five subscribers. So I mean, it's not really, you know, hey, you know, 5 is better than nothing.
It's 10:15.
That's the princess telling me what time it is. That's actually the name of the voice, the princess. I like it. Yeah, it's 10:15 a.m. I have been up since yesterday. It's still Monday for me, I guess, even though technically it's Tuesday. I hate that. I really don't like the fact that I don't sleep at night. It really complicates, well, it doesn't really complicate things that much for me, because I can't really go to school this semester, so it doesn't mess that up. I can't really work this semester, so it doesn't mess that up. Yeah, but it's annoying. It really is. I don't fall asleep until like 11, 12 in the afternoon. Yeah, 12 in the afternoon. I really, really, really don't like it. But as I said in my, said earlier, I can't take any drugs for it. I tried going to therapy when I got back last time, and all that the lady wanted to hear about was my childhood. What the hell does, interacting with my brother when I was young have to do with me not being able to sleep at night? What does that have to do with that? What does that have to do with, random body memories while driving? What does that have to do with that? That's why I don't drive, because I don't want to say flashback, but you suddenly become completely aware of everything on the road around you, where all the other vehicles are, all of the debris on the side of the roadway, and that is not fun. It's really not fun, like at all. You know how many times I've had to actually just pull over because that happens to me while I drive. I tried talking about it, and so tell me about your childhood. Fuck you. Okay? My childhood has nothing to do with stuff that happened to me over there. Nothing to do with that. Yeah. Things can be traced back to childhood, blah 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 blah, all that other stuff. You know what? As much as your childhood impacts the rest of your life, it doesn't really have anything to do with what happened to me overseas. There's nothing to do with finding dead bodies, and having, you know, you can forget them in the daytime. At nighttime, that's when you remember the faces. And it has nothing to do with my childhood. Has nothing to do with, you know, what it feels like to, you know, beat down on someone with your rifle. It has nothing to do with that. It's a completely different animal. A completely different animal. I mean, I don't know. It is true that the vast majority of people who come back from overseas and have mental health issues, the reason that they don't get resolved is because the people that they have, like I went to the VA hospital for this, and this was a specific you know, Operation Iraqi Freedom clinic. This was the therapist at the clinic, and all she wanted to hear about was my childhood. I would think she'd be interested in, you know, the stuff that happened to me. You know, the relevant stuff. The stuff that you go, you know, oh, you keep having nightmares about a lady that you watched die? Why don't you tell me about that? Or something involving that instead of, oh, you're having nightmares? Tell me about this thing that happened to you 20 years ago. I don't see a relation. I really don't. And it doesn't make much sense to me. I tried. I really did. I really tried. I really, really tried. But, you know, what can you do? Not go for therapy. That's what you can do. It's a crock. At least at the VA hospital in Pittsburgh it is. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there that it has helped. I'm sure there are. I'm sure that I know people that it has helped. But I'm not one of them. I've pretty much had to go through all of my stuff by myself. All that, I've dealt with it. And I mean, it's even things that I can't even talk about on here, as much as this is an outlet for myself. I can't even talk about it here because, you know, some things nobody can know except for me. And I'm aware that pretty much what I say on here is the same as nobody knowing, because I don't really get any views, so it doesn't matter. But at the same time, some things you have to play safe with. You know, and that's why I don't really tell any war stories on here. Yet I might at some point, but I don't tell war stories. And other than that short tirade about my brother, I don't talk about my childhood. Because, I mean, there are people that, if they viewed it, it would significantly affect their perception of me, regardless of whether what I say has any actual correlation to the way that I am, if that makes any sense. I'm sure it does to someone, and it doesn't make any sense to another person. But anyway, I'm getting out of time here, so I'm gonna cut this short. The last one of these that I put up, the actual time thing was different. So anyway, I'm cutting it very, very close now. Alright, bye.